This is going to be great. I look so dearly forward to it.
Flown here from England to root for Frank Bruno. Most of the reemergence in the ring of the heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson.
On February 25th, 1989, Mike Tyson defended his title as the Undisputed World Champion against Frank Bruno.
This fight sanctioned by the WBC, Jose Suleiman, president.
Tyson had only 2 weeks to get ready for this big fight. Frank Bruno commenced his professional journey in March 1982, showcasing remarkable athleticism and formidable punching prowess. His early career surged effortlessly as he secured victory in 21 consecutive bouts by knockout.
If you look at his opponents over there, look. Yeah, and he's down.
The pinnacle of challenge arose in May 1984 when Bruno confronted the formidable James Smith, a future world title holder.
James Smith at 6'4".
Despite Bruno's undeniable dominance for the initial 8 rounds, Smith exhibited resilience, weathering his opponent's onslaught while biding his time for a strategic opening. In the battle against Smith, Bruno's significant vulnerability became apparent: his poor endurance. By the 9th round, the Englishman's stamina began to dwindle rapidly, and in the conclusive 10th round, Smith delivered the knockout blow to Bruno.
He keeps getting hit. Smith putting Bruno down. And referee Gibbs says that's it.
Despite his defeat to Smith, Bruno remained resilient, winning 7 consecutive fights, 6 of which were by knockout. His triumph was particularly noteworthy in his bout against former world champion Gary Coetzee. Bruno sent the South African to the canvas twice, securing a decisive knockout victory in the first round.
Away from a crack. And the world title, the right's got him. He's got him again, he won't get up from that. He's stretched.
In July 1986, Bruno had his first chance to win the world heavyweight title. He faced off against Tim Witherspoon, who held the WBA belt. The match was tough and close. Bruno was ahead in points, but he ran out of energy once more. In the 11th round, Witherspoon, who had more experience, proved himself the clear winner, leading the referee to stop the fight. Afterward, Bruno scored 4 knockout victories, notably defeating former title contenders James Tillis and Joe Bugner. These wins brought him closer to his ultimate goal, challenging Iron Mike Tyson for the titles of Undisputed World Champion in the WBC, WBA, and IBF versions. Despite being seen as an underdog, Bruno paid no heed to the odds, fully aware of Tyson's formidable reputation. He devoted himself to rigorous training, ensuring he was in peak condition for the bout on February 25th, 1989, determined to make history.
This is the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing. Introducing, in the blue corner, fighting out of London, England, he is the challenger, Frank Bruno. And in the red corner, from Catskill, New York, he is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
This will not be the first time that Mike Tyson and Frank Bruno have faced each other in a boxing ring.
The highly anticipated showdown between the two renowned knockout artists, boasting a combined total of 62 knockouts, didn't disappoint. Right from the start, both fighters aggressively exchanged blows. In the opening round, Bruno found himself on the canvas after a combination from Mike.
Bruno down after a right hand.
Despite the knockdown, Bruno quickly recovered and assured the referee of his readiness to continue. However, it was evident that the champion had lost some of his former prowess. His once deadly speed, sharpness, and impeccable defense were noticeably lacking. Mike resorted to a more basic approach, simply attempting to overpower his opponent. Bruno, on the other hand, managed to land several powerful blows from his right hand and effectively clinched Mike with his left. At one point, Bruno even held Mike and delivered a blow to the back of his head, resulting in a well-deserved point deduction for the challenger, duly noted by the referee.
Bruno's trying to make him respect him. A lot of rabbit shots thrown with it.
Right hand by Tyson landed flush on the jaw. Round one.
Body shots by
The fourth round opened with a relentless assault from Mike, landing a powerful right hook that momentarily stunned Bruno. However, Bruno managed to weather the storm and withstand the champion's onslaught. As the round progressed, Bruno countered with a beautiful left uppercut, showcasing his resilience. Nevertheless, Mike intensified his attack, dominating the latter half of the round with relentless pressure, asserting his control.
With the right, and Bruno is wobbled again. Uppercut, right hand. Bruno's in serious trouble. A left hook, and Richard Steele watching.
that's not shot. That's the photo shot.
And
Beautiful
Richard
shot.
Steele has seen enough.
They met again after 7 years, but things were different this time. Tyson was back in the ring as a contender, his third fight since leaving prison. The days of him being the top champion were behind him. Frank Bruno, who had recently won the WBC title from Oliver McCall, was in great shape as he entered the ring. Just like in their first fight, Tyson's opponent was seen as the clear favorite. The rematch between Tyson and Bruno took place on March 16, 1996. From the start, Tyson came out swinging as if there was no break since their last bout. By the 6th round, he was being very aggressive, landing a strong right hook within seconds. Bruno tried to counter with clinches to stop Tyson's onslaught, earning praise from the referee, but Tyson kept coming. He landed powerful jabs and hooks, stunning Bruno multiple times throughout the round. Tyson seemed to be in much better form than in their previous encounter, finishing the round by once again overwhelming Bruno with his relentless punches.
Every time he comes in, he's going to hold him. He's not going to let Mike do well. Apprehensive. On Mike's side, he's not bobbing and weaving like he has.
Hill's lane. Tyson's people wanted to bob and roll, be less of a target, attack from the angles, and
The second round started with the challenger landing powerful blows, but Bruno managed to halt his attacks using clinches, as he had done before. This defensive tactic by the champion began to frustrate everyone, even though it was understandable considering the power of Tyson's punches. Bruno, knowing firsthand the strength of his opponent from their previous fight, aimed to minimize damage as much as possible. He understood that engaging in an open fight with Tyson would only lead to significant and painful losses.
In every instance, anytime he gets close to punching, if he's just worried about holding. He looks like a guy who's just waiting for an avalanche to fall.
Tyson now showing some head movement.
Halfway through the round, Mike landed another heavy blow, but Bruno managed to stay in the fight despite the onslaught. Bruno resorted to grappling with Tyson more often to try to slow down his relentless attacks. However, the referee disapproved of Bruno's tactic and rightly penalized him by deducting a point.
He's taking a point away from Bruno for the continuous holding.
The third round turned out to be Bruno's final stand. Tyson initiated the attack, but Bruno halted it with a clinch, earning recognition from the referee. However, shortly after, Tyson unleashed a barrage of 13 punches, prompting the referee, Mills Lane, to step in and stop the fight. Tyson was declared the winner by technical knockout.
Expected. He said he's not looking for the Tyson who fought McGillian Mathis. Here's a combination uppercut fight. Laying it on, pouring it on. Down goes Bruno into the ropes. Is champion again.
And that is it. Mike Tyson is back.
At 29 years old, Mike became a two-time world champion, setting the stage for a highly anticipated and financially lucrative mega fight against Evander Holyfield.
the new WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson.
The impressive performance against the Englishman led many to believe that Tyson was even better than he was before his time in prison. Following this fight, Bruno announced that it marked the end of his illustrious and eventful career in big fights.